here's the kicker. They're estimating the uplisting is going to happen tomorrow. All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Can You Do Any Better Investing channel. It's part of the Can You Do Any Better network, and this is an educational channel. We're dedicated to talking about investing, all things investing, stocks. We've done a lot in cryptocurrencies lately. It's a hot topic. Whatever else happens to come up in the world of investing. So again, this is an educational video. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. We consider this a conversation. We're going to give you our thoughts and our opinions, and I would love to have you guys give me your thoughts below in the comments. And while we're at it, please smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And you can hit the notification bell if you want more videos like this, if you'd like to be notified when they come out. Okay. So, all that aside, I'm excited about today's video. Today I'm going to talk about a Bitcoin miner. Their name is Hutmf. Their stock ticker currently is HUTMF. They're a Canadian mining company, and they're traded over the counter currently in the United States. Okay, first of all, the big news today is Monday the 14th. Bitcoin had a huge run up in the last 24 to 36 hours. It just broke over 40,000 again for the first time in 2.5 or 3 weeks. So that's some exciting Bitcoin news right there. Having that as a catalyst, I wanted to talk about Hut8 because they've got a couple very special things going on top of that. So one of which happens reportedly tomorrow. So that's why I wanted to get this video out today and get the news out for those of you who don't already know. So what we're talking about is Hut8 is going to uplist. Hut8 is a Canadian mining company. They're traded on the Canadian exchange. A while back, they applied for listing on the NASDAQ. Last week, their application was approved for them to get listed on the NASDAQ. So what does that mean? That means a lot more liquidity, stock availability. It's a lot more high profile. Reporting requirements are very different, much more rigorous. All of these things are things that are encouraging to investors. In general, I will tell you that I do a lot of research into the Bitcoin miners. I'm invested in the Bitcoin miners, including Hut8. So just full disclosure. So there's already several companies, Bitcoin mining companies, that are listed on the NASDAQ. It's actually not that many. There's really only about somewhere around 8 to 10 Bitcoin mining companies in North America that are publicly traded, about half of which are traded on the NASDAQ currently, the other half of which are traded on the Canadian Stock Exchange. Many of the companies on the Canadian Stock Exchange have put in an application to uplist to the NASDAQ. Hut8 is the first one that's actually going to do it. So I'm very excited about this because there's plenty more to follow. So I will be doing videos as each one gets closer. I'll try to give an alert as to when that's going to happen because I believe it's a big catalyst. Now, I don't know that the day it transfers over, it's going to have a giant jump that day, or if it will take a few weeks, but I do know as a company it's a game changer for them. Again, being on the NASDAQ provides a massive increase in your exposure to investors. In addition to that, over time, they will, I'm sure, put options in, which innovative mining, high performance computing, and cash flow businesses built on Bitcoin and blockchain technology. These guys have been mostly a Bitcoin mining company. So right now, if you go scroll further down that page, you'll see digital asset mining leader. They have 1,073, according to this website, they have 1,073 petahash per second mining Bitcoin. That's a little over 1 exahash. So that puts them among the industry leaders in North America. There's maybe 6 or 8 companies publicly traded that are over an exahash. That's a real benchmark to get over. Now, in addition to that, they have purchase orders in to acquire over the next year almost another exahash of Bitcoin mining power. So that will keep them in there's kind of a race here. These machines are extremely difficult to get. They're in high demand. There's a very low supply. There's a shortage. So anytime one of these big companies is able to secure a purchase order to buy some of these Bitcoin mining machines, it's a big deal because a lot of companies are sitting stuck waiting, just using the ones they have, trying to buy old ones and refurbish them and make them more productive. So they've got a good amount of machines already running. In addition to that, if you take a look at this, Hut8 expands mining capacity with $30 million US dollar purchase of NVIDIA CMPs. These are Ethereum mining machines. They can do many things, but typically these are used to mine Ethereum. So $30 million, this is a significant investment in Ethereum mining. This actually makes them one of the big guys in North America in mining Ethereum. Hive blockchain, to my knowledge, is the largest miner, publicly traded miner of Ethereum. This puts Hut8 right in the hunt, so it diversifies what they're doing. A lot of people are very bullish on Ethereum, so whether you're bullish on Bitcoin or you're bullish on Ethereum, these guys now have their mining capacity in both, so diversification is good. Also, obviously, the more things they have mining, the more revenue they're going to make. So that was some big news. But now let's get to the real news, and it was a flurry of news last week. First thing, Hut8 Mining announces approval to list shares on the NASDAQ. So this was posted on June 9th, which I think was Wednesday. So on June 9th, they got accepted by the NASDAQ. So when your application is accepted, you're not automatically listed on the NASDAQ. You will then, work with the NASDAQ and pick a date and get listed. And that amount of time can vary. So that was their big news on Wednesday. So I want to just go to the chart for a second and take a look at what that did. So this is the Hut8 chart for last week, and you'll see it's a very unusual looking chart. Hut8 was moving around here at close to $4, dipped down a little bit. This is Monday and Tuesday. Ended Tuesday hanging out at around $4. Wednesday, they announced their uplisting to the NASDAQ, that their application has been approved. And you'll see, boom, they pop right here. They're up, 20 or 25%. And this is on the news that they're going to uplist to the NASDAQ. So very exciting news. They pulled back a little, but they held their ground. They ended the day at over $5 US. This chart is in US dollars. This is the OTC chart so stock ticker HUTMF. This is the over-the-counter ticker. So big day on Wednesday, but look. All of a sudden, here we go, boom, right back down 20%. So they spent one day up here, and then they go back down to somewhere in the $4 neighborhood. What happened? Okay, so June 11th, Hut8 Mining announces anticipated NASDAQ listing date and $100 million offering. So they raised 100 million Canadian dollars by doing a large share offering. This was not a small offering. It was 20 million shares of stock, which is somewhere, over 15% dilution in their overall amount of stock outstanding. So that's a big offering. Now, in exchange for that, they got 100 million Canadian dollars. The market does not like this type of dilution. That gave the stock a 20% hit. Okay, so if you go back to the chart, you'll see that at Thursday and Friday, it stayed pretty much around $4. So it was down that 20% on the news that while they get 100 million Canadian dollars, they've massively diluted the shares, greater than 15% dilution. Monday comes along and you'll see all of a sudden a nice pop up. Well, that is because over the weekend and into Monday morning, right into the open Monday morning, Bitcoin had an explosion. It was up 10-12% or more. It crossed the $40,000 mark. So obviously this is very bullish for all the Bitcoin miners. So the Bitcoin miners today are all up quite a bit. Having said that, this leaves Hutmf or Hut8 at about $4.50. Now that's still less than it was last Wednesday when it popped up to $5 on the news they were uplisting. Here's the kicker. They're estimating the uplisting is going to happen tomorrow. So that is Tuesday, June 15th. So they didn't guarantee that. They said as soon as Tuesday, June 15th. So you can expect that somewhere Tuesday or Wednesday, they're going to uplist and be listed on the NASDAQ. The new stock ticker will be HUT, H-U-T. So they will be fully operational and listed on the NASDAQ. So that is typically a giant catalyst for a stock. Again, this is not financial advice. I don't know the future. We'll see. With that many variables happening, like I said, this was a flurry of information. They got approved to uplist to the NASDAQ. They turn around and do $100 million of new equity. Then they turn around and say, oh, not only are we approved, but we're going to get listed in a few days. And then in the middle of all of that, Bitcoin goes bananas. So you can see there's a lot of variables at work. It may take some time for all of this to shake out. I will be buying more. I already did buy some more this morning. So that's what I'm doing with this information. So again, do your own due diligence. Dig in. Hut8 is, if you're interested in Bitcoin, if you're interested in the Bitcoin miners, there's a massive amount of opportunity over here, but you got to get to know these yourself because they are highly volatile stocks. Bitcoin's a volatile asset, so the Bitcoin miners, highly volatile, in association with Bitcoin. So do your own due diligence. I like what's happening here. A lot of big news. Stay tuned. I will be going through, there's several more companies that are going to be uplisting. So I'm going to do a series of these videos, and as they approach, I'm going to go through each one. Do me a favor, leave me a comment below on your thoughts on Hut8 if you're already in this, or if you've done some due diligence and you're looking to get into it. Also, don't forget, one more time, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, please, if you would, and hit the notification bell so that you can stay up to date with what we're doing over here at Can You Do Any Better Investing. Thanks for watching.